Hey, my name's Taryn and this is Follow the Fragrance. Thanks for watching today. I've got a great review for you. Look, I'm going to be reviewing Zoologist Camel. This is the travel atomizer, and I bought this from Zoologist about a week ago. Super fast shipping, even coming from Canada. It was wrapped in this beautiful wrapping paper, the box that is, wrapped in beautiful wrapping paper, so you have like T-Rex, civet, bat. Which bat, by the way, there's a new one coming out next month in April of 2020. You got to check it out. I was very generously sent a sample by Victor Wong. Thank you, Victor, for that. And it's insane. Same with Sloth. That's coming out. And I'll review both of them here shortly, but not in this video. So, look at this. We've got the Zoologist Travel Set. And this comes, actually, check this out. How cool is that? How clever. The Natural Selection Set. You have 5 travel sprays, and the one that's missing is Camel, which I'm going to be reviewing. I picked up bee, dodo, macaque, and moth, and of course, the one of the day. So, we've got Camel. What is Camel? From their website, it says, in Zoologist Camel, beautiful aromas of rose, jasmine-infused succulent dried fruits are joined along the way by an alluring blend of incense, myrrh, amber, and cinnamon. Soon met by animalistic musks and authentic oud, they surround you in a rich tapestry. This sensual caravan of fragrances carries you away to accompany the camel on its long, lonely journey across the ageless desert. Man, Victor, whoever you have writing these, it's incredible descriptions. If you wrote that, dude, you need to write a book. That's incredible. So, look. First off, did you see how that sprays? It's just a perfect atomizer. Great spray. I wore this today. Wore 6 sprays on the neck, 1 on the hand. Yes, I like overspraying my scents, but you know what? I smell it. I love it. I don't work. Well, this is my office, so it's literally like no one else comes into my office. I go meet people at their offices, but by that time, generally the scent's died down and it's beautiful and worked into my skin well. So what do I smell with this? Do I smell any of the florals mentioned? No. I smell dried fruits, and it's a sweet dried fruit which is kind of sugary, but it's not a sugar note. It literally smells like dried fruits, which is amazing. And that dried fruit smell is pretty flat. So here are the notes. Dried fruits, frankincense, palm date and rose on the top notes. Heart notes are amber, cedar, cinnamon, incense, jasmine, myrrh, orange blossom. And the base notes are civet, musk, oud, sandalwood, tonka bean, vanilla, and vetiver. So just a side note, the civet and the musks are not coming from animals. This is vegan friendly. These are synthetic notes, right? So it's unethical to harvest civet and musks from animals. So whenever I smell this fragrance, what I get is a very nice balsamic, amber, and fruity fragrance. I don't get many of the florals. I don't really even smell the vetiver in this, but what I do smell most predominant in this is the dried fruit, palm date, frankincense, myrrh, and civet. That's what I really get. The cinnamon's there, the incense is there, the jasmine is there, orange blossom's there, but it's like those notes are accidentals like you would have in jazz. In jazz, you have, maybe you're playing in a C chord, right? Chord being the metaphor of all of these notes playing together. But in jazz, you throw in a sharp or a flat where it's not supposed to be, but that's what gives it the feeling it has, right? So listen to Miles Davis, listen to John Coltrane. They're throwing in notes that are technically wrong to be combined, but they come out even more beautiful because of that. And that's the way I see most of Zoologist fragrances. It's a beautiful amalgamation of scents that don't necessarily sound like they belong together. So whenever I smell this, I get a big hit of that palm date. And palm dates, it's like dates, like what you'd buy at the store. Palm dates grow on a type of palm tree. They grow about 75 feet in the air, and they produce this red and yellow sweet fruit. These sweet fruits have been harvested and cultivated for more than 9,000 years. Now, these fruits were used even by the Hebrews to make bread, wine, vinegar. They fed it to their cattle to fatten them. So there's this very sugary flavor to it, right? You've had a date. When dried, there's 75% sugar. Can you believe that? It's the only fruit that I know of that has that kind of concentration. What I get next is that frankincense. And frankincense is also called olibanum. So if you're looking at Fragrantica and you see olibanum and there are these little rocks on there, they're not actual rocks. What these are resins that come from the boswellia tree. And whenever the trees are marred, resin seeps out, it's harvested, and those streaks of resin, whenever you cut into one of those trees or mar the tree, the resin streaks are called tears. And these tears are then harvested, they're aged, and usually these trees have to be 10 years old, is probably 8 to 10 years old to create that kind of resin that comes from the sapwood. And then it hardens and is used in trade, barter in the old times, now in incense, and it's been used for, I think, medicinal uses as well, but it was oftentimes a very valuable traded item. In Old French, frankincense, that the etymology just means high quality incense, and it does smell high quality incense. It does smell like that. Now, I also get that civet tone, and the civet is not, it adds a very sweet kind of musk to this fragrance. It is not an animalic smell like if you've smelled heavy castoreum scents. It's a very different type of animalic smell. And what you get here are sweet musks that carry the frankincense, carry the sweet dried fruit, and carry what I'm about to talk about, which is myrrh. But what is civet? Why did I have to make the clarification it doesn't come from the animal? The civet cat is a cat native to Asia and Africa in the rainforests. And the cats were bred and harvested. I think they still are in Africa. And what you got was this secretion from their perineal gland. That's what it was. So you take the secretion of the perineal gland and dilute that kind of jelly substance that you get out of the cat, and it creates the sweet musk. It's no longer being done. Now they use a synthetic material called ambertone or ambertone, and thankfully I'm not wearing cat gland scent, right? That's kind of gross. So lastly, I get the myrrh very strong. And myrrh in ancient cultures was used as an analgesic. I think it might still be today. Analgesic meaning painkiller. So they'd put it, if you had a toothache, they'd put myrrh in a paste on your tooth, or they'll use it in mouthwash, toothpaste. They'd even put it in wine. The Hebrews would put it in wine just to aid in the pain killing. In Genesis, they mention myrrh. It was used as an anointing oil. In fact, think about this. Baby Jesus, whenever he was born, you know how those wise men came and gave him gifts? What was it? Frankincense, myrrh, and gold. And at that time, Jesus was, there was a census taking place in Jerusalem, so he actually fled from Jerusalem to Egypt, I believe. And one reason those wise men gave him frankincense, gold, and myrrh is because they were so valuable. You could trade, you could barter. Hey, let me sleep here tonight. Here's some myrrh. I need food. I need water. Here's some myrrh. So they went on foot, is what the scripture says, I believe. Maybe they took a camel with them. I know that's an iconic image, and it's stuck in my head for some reason. But I can picture camel being this ancient Egyptian or Mesopotamian camel that's carrying goods for long distance travel, frankincense, myrrh, dried fruits. Not so much the civet, but maybe that's a scent that you'd get. So frankincense is still used today in liturgical settings, so high church, Roman Orthodoxy, Eastern Orthodoxy. I went to a Russian Orthodox church for a while in Chicago and didn't know what I was smelling, asked the priest, and he said, oh, this is actually frankincense, myrrh, and just generic other incenses. Great fragrance. This is unisex. I could see a man or woman wearing this. It's not something I'd wear on a very hot day, although it's not like this overbearing balsamic. It is a very calming type of balsamic. This is almost medicinal in itself, because when I smell this, what I think of is calm, I think peace, I think refined, and it really is, man. This is a great fragrance. I know the fragrance sells on their website. It's $165 for 2 milliliters, and you can get these travel sprays. I believe this one's like $45, or you can buy the pack like I had for $195, which I think is worth it. You get to try out several others. If you don't know what you're into and want to try Zoologist, try these. And just like jazz, Zoologist is not for everyone, because it's bold, it's making a statement, it's something that's aberrant from the rest of the pack. So if you want to smell different than anyone else you'll ever come across, check out Zoologist and order some of these sample sets. These are 2 milliliters. They come for they sell for $8, and you get the description right here of what the different scent profiles are. You get the story, like a visual story that aids in your imagination and smelling the scent. It tells the backdrop of the animal, where it's at, and what you should be smelling along the way. So it paints a visual picture. So check out Zoologist if you haven't. I really recommend it for the frag head, someone who's just in love with interesting fragrances. I think they are the jazz of fragrances. It's just incredible stuff, and I mean, not one of these smell like anything in my collection. Not one. They all smell different, and they all smell great. So check it out. I recommend getting the samples first before committing yourself to $165 or $195, depending on which 2 milliliter you get. So look, Camel, you're gonna get these. Oh, these are all extracts, right? You see that? Can you read that? If I put it where my head's at. These are all extracts, which means you have 20 to 30% oil concentration in these, which is much higher than eau de toilette, eau de parfum, or cologne, of course. So these are very powerful, potent, and they're going to last with you. I sprayed 6 sprays. It's lasted from, I probably sprayed this around 10 a.m., and it is about 10 p.m., and I can still smell that it's there on my neck. It's not projecting crazy. This isn't a projection monster, but it will stay on your skin for a long time, and you will smell great while wearing it. It's more of a cool weather scent. Today was raining and 50 degrees, so I thought, shoot, man, I gotta smell like Camel, frankincense, myrrh, palm date for dried fruits, civet. You can't go wrong with that. So please do yourself a favor, check this out. More videos are coming soon. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I do have a new Instagram up. It's follow_the_fragrance. You might find it if you just type in FollowTheFragrance, but you'll just see a picture of my face. And if you want to watch any of my previous videos, I'll leave a link below. And if you want me to review a fragrance, leave me a link. I did get some suggestions, and I looked into the fragrances that were suggested, wasn't super interested in a few of them. Some of them I'm still trying to find, but please leave me some suggestions. Love to hear what your thoughts are. Have you tried any of Zoologist? If so, what is your favorite one? I really do want to know and dialogue with you in those comment section. Anyways, for now, this is Follow the Fragrance. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and if you learned anything, please let me know.